Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Rebecca. If you are returning, then welcome back. Today's video, if you can't already tell by the title, is going to be kind of like a bronzed smoky eye kind of look. I'm just really in the mood of doing something like this today because it is getting a lot more sunnier outside and it always makes me think of like warm colours. That's what I kind of like to do on my face when it gets this time of year. So yeah, we'll just jump straight into it. So the first thing I'm going to be using on my skin is the Benefit Porefessional Matte Rescue Primer. I'm just going to be popping this all over my face. And the next thing, I'm going with the original Porefessional just on the centres of my face. And I'm running out of both of these. I have got backups, but I'm like trying to get every last bit of product out of these first. Then for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo foundation, and I think it's just the Lock-It foundation actually, that's what it was originally called. And I'm using mine in the shade Light 45 Warm. I've not used this foundation in ages actually, and I just saw it in my drawer and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give that a go today. So this is what I'm using. So I'm just popping it on the back of my hand and then just popping a few dabs on my face. Can't remember if I like the foundation or not. We'll find out when I use it, won't we? So I'm going to be blending this in with just my Real Technique sponge. I can't remember if this is really full coverage or not, so we can just build it up. So like I said, with the sun coming out and stuff, it makes me just feel a bit more happier, and obviously makes you feel a lot warmer, which I always like to kind of warm up my skin a little bit more when it comes to the nicer months. Leave me a comment down below on what your favourite thing is to do when it comes to like springtime. I just like it because you get to sit out a bit more and you don't have to keep wrapping up in big coats and stuff. Because I think that's the worst thing about winter, is that you always got to think, oh, I've got to wear when you're going out, you've got to think, oh, I've got to wear a jacket with that, because it's like so cold, whereas it's nicer when it's a bit warm. We were sat in the conservatory the other day with me and my mum, and it was just so nice when we didn't even need to put the heater on before we went in. It was great. Then for concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I'm just popping this like in a V underneath my eyes and blending it out as well. I'm just popping it on the centres of my face, just to bring some light into the centre. Then to powder underneath my eyes today, I'm using the MAC Pro Sculpting Powder in the shade Emphasize. And then I'm just taking this on the Body Shop N93E brush. It's just like a tapered brush. You can use any tapered brush you want to set under your eyes. And then just popping it underneath. Just look up as you're doing it, just so then you're not setting in any creases. And then just setting my lids down. And anywhere where I popped that lighter concealer, I'm just going over with the emphasised powder. So as you can see, my face just looks like it's got a bit more light into the centre, and then it's just kind of like the normal colour everywhere else. And then to set my foundation, I'm using my really favourite powder and using the original RCMA No Colour powder. And to powder this in place, I'm just using the Eco Tools powder brush. I'm just pressing this into the skin. Then for my bronzer today, I'm using the Beauty Crop bronzer in Sardina Sand. I got this in my Birchbox. It was March's Birchbox, so I'm just taking this just on, just like a bronzer brush really, and just warming up my skin a little bit. Then for contouring powder, I'm using the Kevin Aucoin, it's the sculpting powder in medium, and just taking it on my flat brush as normal. Popping it under my chin as well, sides of the nose, just to give the illusion that it is a little bit thinner. Because that's all it is really, we're trying to make our face look slimmer even when it's chubby. Then for blush today, I'm just going in with like a natural blush. I'm using the Maybelline blush in 40 Precious Pink, and it just looks like this. It's got a slight iridescence to it as well, and I'm just using this on a duo fibre blush brush and popping it just on the apples of my cheeks. Then for highlighter today, I'm using the MAC Extra Dimensional Skin Finish in the shade Oh Darling. I'm popping this on the highest points of my cheeks, on my cupid's bow, and then I'll probably on my nose and my brow bone. And then a tip that I've been liking lately is setting my face at this point in my makeup and then going back in with the highlighter just on my cheeks just to make it even more intense. So to do that today, I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and just putting a couple of spritzes on my face. Well, a couple means quite a lot in my instance. So just give it a bit of a dry off. You don't want it to be like too dry, but just dry enough that it's not going to like move your product around, but just enough to make it a bit more intense just on them cheekbones. See what I mean? It's just a lot more intense. I've just really been liking the way that this looks lately, and then I'm just going to pop a little bit there. And a tiny wee bit there. I'm not doing this on my nose because I don't want the highlight to be super intense there. I just want a little bit in that area. There we go. Then I'm going to quickly be filling my eyebrows in off camera, and I'll just be back in a second. So the first thing that I'm going to be using is the Kat Von D Shading Light eye palette, and I'm going to be going in with the shade this side just here. I'm just going to be taking this on like a big kind of blending brush. I'm just popping this in the crease. Just going to zoom you in a little bit and then you can see what I'm doing. Then I'm just going to be going in with this shade here now, and it's a bit more of like a reddy kind of brown. Just taking this on the exact same brush and just putting it in the exact same place just to give it a bit more warmth. Next I'm going to be going in with the Smashbox Full Exposure palette, and I'm just going to use this shade here right on the end, which is that one there, which is like a chocolate brown kind of colour. I'm just taking this on like a shorter, more like domed brush, and I'm literally just popping this in the crease on the outer corner. And I'm going to put it on the inner corner as well. I'm going to do like a halo effect, I think. Yeah, I like the colour of that. So I'm stamping it in the areas that I want it and then blending it out. Because other than that, if I just go in and like blend it in, it'll just wind up looking quite muddy. Now to make sure all these colours are blended out, I'm just going in with the MAC Warm Neutral and using Saddle, which is just on its own, so you can use this, you can just buy this singly if you do want this colour, but like I always say, you can use any colour that is very similar. I'm just going to do a light wash of this all over the top of that colour. And all it'll do is just warm all these colours up a little bit. Make sure they're all nicely blended together. And then for my lid colour today, I'm going in with the W7 single eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Copper Kettle. I really like this one. It's just like a super nice bronzed kind of colour, and I'm literally going to be taking my finger and applying this to begin with, and it just looks like this on my finger, by the way, as well. I love the colour, this colour, when it's blended in with a couple of nice warm darker colours, it looks so nice. So that is just what this is looking like. Now the other thing that I am going to do, I've just wiped off my finger with a wipe and it's just a little bit damp now. And I'm just going to go in to the Smashbox Full Exposure palette again, and I'm going in with this top shimmer colour here, and I'm literally just going to pat it over the top of that centre of the lid. This isn't too intense of a colour. That is the downside about this palette. I really don't think the shimmers are that intense, so you do kind of need to have a damp finger or a damp brush to use these, but this is just putting a little bit more shimmer on top of that colour. That's all it's doing. Like so. So now to make sure all the edges are blended, I'm going in with the brush that I used to kind of do the halo effect and just softening them edges up like that. Then for highlighter, I'm going in with L'Oreal's Morning Lights and just popping this on my brow bone and on the inner corner. There we go. and that just makes it a little bit more intense. Then I'm just going to be curling. No. Then I'm just going to be doing mascara today. I'm going to be doing the Jordana Best Lash Extreme and just popping this on my lashes. What a difference mascara makes, eh? Then for lip colour today, I'm using the Drag Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Buttercup. This is just like a very kind of neutral brown colour. And then for lip gloss, I'm just going to top it with the shade Fonda from Hebe Cosmetics. These two paired together go really nice. And this is just my finished makeup for today. Like I said, it's just a really nice kind of glowy bronzed look. Definitely glowing on the cheeks and things, and I really like the way that the eyes turned out. They're just nice and smoky, but they're not too dark either that you need to go in and put false lashes and stuff on. I really like this for the kind of spring and summer months. So yeah, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what your kind of favourite makeup look is for like this time of year. And yeah, I will just catch you in my next one. If you did enjoy the video, then please give it a big thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button down below. And I will see you in my next one. Alright, bye guys.